How's it going, guys? Mountain Militia. I got a new gun. This is the Smith & Wesson Model 69 Combat Magnum, empty. Notice there's 5 holes there. This is Smith & Wesson's L frame in 44. This is typically what you would chamber a .357 Magnum in, the L frame, which is why it's significantly smaller than a normal 44 Magnum. It makes it a nice, handy package. It's got a 4 1/4 inch barrel, so it's still plenty of barrel length to get some accuracy out of it, though it's a good bit lighter than your standard 629 or something like that. We got some different ammunition to try out today. I have not fired this gun yet, so we're gonna take it for a ride together. The first thing we're gonna shoot, some HSM Cowboy action loads. These are actually 44 Magnum. They are not 44 Special. It is a 44 Magnum 200 grain lead round nose. The advertised velocity is 975. We're going to check that on the chronograph. We're going to check all of these. The next one we have is Winchester 44 Magnum 240 grain soft point. And then we also have Fiocchi Defense Dynamics 240 grain soft point. This stuff is rated at 1,310 feet per second. This is the hottest rated load that I have. We're going to check all this over the chronograph and see how close to advertised velocity we can get with this 4 1/4 inch barrel. So let's do that. All right, so first up we have the HSM Cowboy action loads. This shouldn't be a whole lot more than a 45 ACP. It's a 200 grain bullet. Advertised velocity is 975. Let's see where we're at. Pretty close distance. It says 865. 846, 849, duplicate 849, and 857. So we're somewhere around 850 feet per second. You'll see the number on the screen there. That's pretty light loading right there. Very comfortable to shoot. Almost exactly like a 45 ACP. All right, next up we have the Winchester 240 grain soft point. This stuff says it's rated at 1,180 feet per second. So we'll see what the chronograph says. This will be a little warmer. 1211. 1212. 1177, 1202, and 1176. So that was pretty damn close to advertised velocity, even just probably slightly more out of a 4 1/4 inch barrel. Not too bad. All right, last up we have the Fiocchi Defense Dynamics 240 grain soft point. This is the hottest rated load on the box. It says 1,310 feet per second. We'll see. $11.85, 12.08, 11.87, 11.91. And 12.04. So that was almost exactly the same as the Winchester. They're both doing right there around 1,200 feet per second. We're not going to capture this projectile with one jug, but I just want to see it explode. Now let's do a little bit of accuracy testing. I'm standing at 25 yards from a 16-inch target, and we'll see how these HSMs shoot. Not too bad. A little bit low left to center, but these are adjustable sights, so that'd be no issue. All right, I've got 5 of the Winchesters loaded up. Let's see if we can hit anything. Not too bad. Missed the first one, but got the rest of them on there. All right, we have backed up to 60 yards. I've got the HSM 200 grinders in here again. And we're gonna see if we can get on target. Little low. Got one on there. There we go. And just a little low. Got a couple on there. It seems to be pretty consistent with the HSMs. They're shooting a little bit lower, but now let's try some of the Winchester. I'm curious to see how easy it'll be, or how not easy it'll be, to get rounds on target with this hotter stuff and this light gun. Definitely something you gotta brace for the recoil a little bit. Low. No idea. Low. Nothing. Where I see this gun being a really good option is like a hand loader special. Say you take a 44 Magnum, which I'm going to do, and you load it down a little bit. It's super fun with regular 44 Magnum full house loads, but it's a lot of recoil. You definitely gotta. I'm not recoil sensitive, but you know, to pick off that target out there, you definitely need to have all your trigger and everything just lined up perfect. And what I think I'm going to do is take a 44 Magnum case, stuff a 240 hard cast in it, and load it down to maybe 900 to 1,000 feet per second, somewhere in there. And that'll be a lot more shootable. It'll still be more power than like a 44 Special or something. Maybe like a 44 Special plus P, and it'll be plenty for, you know, black bear, mountain lion, whatever, as far as defense goes. But yeah, it's definitely hard to hit with this little guy out at distance. So first range session with the Combat Magnum. What do I think? I think it is a very handy and very packable 44 Magnum. It doesn't weigh too much, and just in a chest holster like this, hiking around the woods, you barely notice it. I do think if you're going to shoot it a lot, you might want to look into hand loading and loading your own loads to be not quite 44 Magnum full house loads, but I think 44 Magnum is a hell of a cartridge. Very versatile. You can load it all the way up. You can load it down. You can do 44 Special. You can do whatever the hell you want. And it makes it to where you can customize how much recoil you can handle versus how much damage you need to put on target, say if you're in grizzly bear country. For me, all I got to worry about is black bear, mountain lion, maybe a angry elk or something like that. And a 44 Special plus P type loading will be more than adequate for that. So, of course, I'll have my rifle with me too. But anyway, I think it's a great cartridge. Got about 100 rounds through it today. And we will have more videos in the future with this gun, with hand loading and ballistic testing, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned for that. You guys have a good one.